For what purpose does the gentleman from West Virginia seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I have a motion at the desk.
The clerk will report the motion.
Mr. Rahall of West Virginia moves that the managers on the part of the House at the conference on the disagreeing votes of the two houses of the House amendment to the Senate amendment to the bill H.R. 3230, an act to improve the access of veterans to medical services from the Department of Veterans Affairs and for other purposes, be instructed to, 1, recede from disagreement with Section 203 of the Senate amendment relating to the use of unobligated amounts to hire additional health care providers for the Veterans Health Administration, and 2, recede from the House amendment and concur in the Senate amendment in all other instances.
Pursuant to Clause 7B of Rule 22, the gentleman from West Virginia, Mr. Rahall, and the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Flores, each will control 30 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from West Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, the House has just finished its roll call votes for this week. With the conference committee at an impasse on H.R. 3230, the Veterans Access to Care Through Choice, Accountability, and Transparency Act, hope is fading that any legislation will be enacted this summer to address the urgent needs at the Department of Veterans Affairs. This is truly shameful. And as an American, I think this is shameful. It is beyond me to understand why our legislative branch of government cannot get this done. It's true that this body has taken some modest steps toward improvements, like allowing veterans to seek care at non-VA providers when they cannot get a medical appointment. I have supported that effort. That's fine where private sector health providers are available. But for elderly veterans in rural areas where travel is difficult and costly, where physician shortages and medically underserved areas are abundant, like in southern West Virginia, that doesn't help much. My state's VA facilities need funding to hire doctors, lots of them. We need primary and specialty care providers and mental health specialists. We need the resources to train and recruit health professionals and to pay them competitive salaries. Our VA health providers, many of them veterans themselves, have a unique understanding of our veterans' needs. That expertise cannot be duplicated in the private sector. The VA health system is designed to take care of elderly veterans with special needs. It is designed to treat combat wounds, physical and psychological, something not commonly seen in the private sector. The VA health system is designed so that doctors can build long-term relationships with their patients and build expertise in illnesses unique to veterans. Clearly, a Vietnam veteran suffering from exposure to toxic substances like Agent Orange could expect to find a greater depth of knowledge and experience with that particular infirmity from the VA than from a private sector facility. My state needs VA doctors. We need VA specialty care providers. We need VA facilities. The Veterans Bill in conference can provide relief to our veterans in need of care, but it remains stuck in conference, frustratingly hung up in partisan politics. When it comes to the shortage of health providers in general, that is not a local problem affecting only my state. The Association of American Medical Colleges estimates a nationwide doctor shortage of more than 91,500 physicians by the year 2020. The shortage will grow to more than 130,000 by 2025. The impact is most severe in rural states. So any notion of private sector medical care serving as a backstop to the VA is completely wrong-headed. This is not a new problem either. We all know it's been projected going back years, before this administration, before the Affordable Care Act, to the Bush administration and beyond. Baby boomers are getting older. Doctors are retiring. More patients require specialized and extended care. We, this Congress, must address this crisis, and it is a crisis. But the House stands immobilized, frozen in the ice of its own indifference, as the great American president Franklin